Problem number 3. It says, below is a table of children that can and cannot swim, organized by gender. Use the table to answer the questions. Well, one thing that I found helpful is to kind of go through and organize this a little bit more. So I take the iPad here for a minute. I'm going to scoot this up so I can still see my problems. You can't see them, but just so that we have it on Desmos. And then I'll pull this down so that we can see that later here. Sorry about the glare, but first of all, we've got 175 plus 114. And that's going to give us 289. So I'm going to write that in on our table, which it's hard to write in on over the iPad, but 289. I'll show it to you in a minute. I'm going to take the 389. I hopefully that you're looking at the chart. The 389 plus the 216, and that gives us 605. And if we add those two numbers together, 289 plus 605, whoops, wrong value there, but 605, we should get 894. I also want to look at the boys, the 175 plus 389, which is 564, and the 114 plus 216. And I probably did more work than I needed to, but I'll fill those numbers. You can't even see them on my iPad here. But there they are. And I'm going to pause for a minute and see if I can get rid of that glare. So I got rid of the glare. It's a little bit darker, but we can see what we need to see, I hope. I'm going to put those numbers back in over here on my paper. Or I can write a little bit neater. But again, I did 175 plus 389, and we get 564. And 114 plus 216 was the last numbers that I did to get the 330. And there we've got the 894. A little bit messy, but that'll work. So now what we want to know is well, what's the probability that a child can swim? So we're looking at this column here, and we've already totaled it up. It's 289 out of a total of 894. And you can type that into Desmos if you prefer and put it in a decimal form. I guess I'm not going to spend the time on that right now. So probability that they can swim is that. So the probability that they can't swim, we're going to look across here, and that is going to be 605. Children cannot swim out of a total of 894. And then our last problem on this particular, or the last question on this particular problem is, what is the probability that we're working with a girl? And so we've got 114 girls that can swim and 216 girls that can't swim. So we've got 330 girls out of a total of 894.